I'm a conservative and have always voted conservative due to transparency, fiscal conservatism, and the Constitution, which grants my freedom of speech. And as of late, this board and others have made me second-guess that decision. As such, I'm here to voice my concerns regarding the big businesses coming to Spotsylvania. All of those bring opportunities from the VA hospital, Amazon warehouses, Kalahari, et cetera. But they require a focus on infrastructure, and that's not just streets and services, but that's also the educational infrastructure. Our current public elementary, middle, and high schools are in need of dire repairs, from broken alarms, leaky roofs, mold, and safety concerns. They're non-compliant with handicap requirements, also known as ADA, amongst many other issues. The thousands of new positions that come with the VA hospital, Kalahari, et cetera, will bring professionals along with their kids who need to go to school. Did we not learn anything from Massaponax that throwing up temporary structures in the parking lot and removing lockers to gain 6 inches of hallway space isn't exactly going to cut it? All of the high schools are now over capacity, whereas just a few years ago it was only Massaponax. In order to keep an international baccalaureate program, the county must participate in the foreign exchange program. But right now, based on the overcrowding issue, the only school accepting foreign exchange students is Spotsylvania High School. And with only 5 high schools to choose from, this causes an issue for both county residents who want to participate in the program, as well as there being only one school benefiting from the richness of cultural exchange. And this is a problem. When will the county's children matter to this board and other boards? When will this board stop appointing unqualified people to the Planning Commission and community college boards because of friendships? And by appointing unqualified individuals to these boards, we end up in situations like these. Is it possible that the current school board members are copying you because you continuously appoint your unqualified friends to these positions, and now they are doing the same thing to the tune of $245,000 a year with full benefits at mine and every one of yours expense? When will you begin to actually use our tax dollars to benefit this county? It's still Dr. Frazier to all of you, and thank you, Yakubowski, for actually being a true conservative. Thank you.
But I currently work for your largest employer, which is the Spotsylvania County School System. I'm here to express my concern about the direction that that school system is going in currently, to speak out about the theft that is being committed against the taxpayers of this community, the theft of $25,000 that went to a search firm to hire a superintendent when the choice for superintendent seemed to already be clear. The hiring of someone's personal associate, the chairperson of the school board's personal associate, as a superintendent who has no experience as a school superintendent, and is now going to be the second highest paid superintendent in our region, and who is going to receive a sweetheart deal that will guarantee him over 3 years of salary and also set him up for a very plum retirement, completely disincentivizing him to do anything short of willing himself to get fired, because why wouldn't he? I'm not exactly sure what it is that you can do as a board, but I want to make you clear that I'm extremely displeased, and you need to speak out, you need to speak up, and you need to pay attention to what is happening in Spotsylvania County Schools.
As I'm sure you're aware, because really I kind of have to be living under a rock to not be aware, things are a little crazy right now. As we head into our budget cycle for next year, I want to beg you to, one, pay attention, to speak up, and to be aware, but also understand that you are the Board of Supervisors. Our school board needs to get their act together. We elected them. We've got a bunch of people up for re-election next year, including some on this board. I think that's when the will of the voters is going to be spoken. But what people have been concerned about is whether there'll be overreach from the Board of Supervisors trying to micromanage the schools. And I ask you to not punish the hardworking staff, the hardworking students and families for the actions of a couple members on the board, rewarding their friends with contracts instead of governing our schools. As we head into the next election, I want to also just remind you that your role here, as in any politicians, is to govern for all. And Spotsylvania is a small county. We've been here since 1989. I left for a little while, then came back. And after teaching for 15 years in the county, I cannot go anywhere, without hearing, hey, Miss Brace, hey, Miss Brace, hey, Miss Brace, do you remember me? It's a small county. And what we have seen lately is how small those ties are. Please put the good of the county over the good of helping a friend. Pay attention to what your friends are saying at these public board meetings, because as we move into the next election cycle, you may agree, you may be friends with someone who you politically do not agree with, and I hope that you can find the courage to stand up to them or to try to talk them through it. Many of you won in a year where people weren't necessarily paying attention because hundreds and thousands of people were dying. But next year, people are paying attention. And I ask that you
Ma'am, your
stand
time
up for our
is your time
schools.
has expired.